Oh, all right.
And beep.
Beep.
God damn. I can feel it in my palms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back
Welcome back.
to your weekly TIFU digest.
Yep.
I helped a friend move today, and my fucking, you know that joint pain you get? I'm getting old, but like that, like I think I even got this when I would move it, like in my younger days. Like it's like right in here,
In here?
like right where the wrist connects.
No, I don't think I get it there. I get it literally everywhere else. My
That's
entire
fair.
body is very much hurt. Like, man, I remember when we moved into this house, dude. Of course, driving 3 days in a U-Haul with a super uncomfortable ride, and then get here. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Our initial goal was to try to return the U-Haul that day, which wouldn't really matter. We still had it for an extra 2, I think.
Yeah.
But I just like it's a kind of weird parking situation here, so I didn't really want to house the U-Haul for any longer than I had to.
Yeah.
And we got the trailer that was pulled behind my truck unloaded, and then like half of the U-Haul. And by that time, I was so fucking shattered, I couldn't move like my shoulders really. And I was like, "Yep, no, we're calling it." I returned the car trailer, the one that was carrying my wife's car, behind the U-Haul that night, so I could park the U-Haul in the one spot I really had to park it, which was like an abandoned house around the corner. But hey, it didn't get stolen, so fuck it. And or it didn't get towed. And yeah, and then finished unpacking the next day. But that was very much just a get it in the fucking main room, like just get it right in the door, and we'll deal with it later.
Yeah.
And then for the next like week and a half, 2 weeks, it was all just unpacking, and I'm so glad all that's done. For now, until the next time we move.
Yeah, I remember like because we ordered that giant, I think the biggest Penske truck we could get.
Yep, I should.
And I remember when we got here, my wife was like, "Take a break. Like we just got done driving a while. Take a break." And I'm like, "Nope, sun's setting. I gotta hurry up."
Yeah.
Like, and we got it unloaded. Like shout out to my boy Ian. He helped me. Like we got it unloaded, and like it was. I know I was sore then, but I think I was so focused on getting stuff like in and then unpacked.
Yeah.
Because I immediately focused on in here to just get this going so I can get my computer up and running. And then all the extra, add-ons and whatnot came after of like all, unpacking the Lego and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think I was just.
He's been hit with an affliction.
Oh, God. I think it was just like I was so focused that I didn't even think about the fact that I was sore. But no, I was on big stuff duty today. So.
Yep.
Yay.
Fucking hate it.
Yeah.
So bad. I think next time we move, since it's going to be within the city, probably, we're hiring movers for a day. That'll be worth every penny.
No, I don't know if I'll hire movers, but I'll definitely have like an army of people helping me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not. No. No.
Although. Nah, they'll still be too young. We have 2 nephews here. One's 13, one's 10. 13-year-old might be willing to help because he'll be a little older, but the 10-year-old won't want to do a goddamn thing.
That's fair.
Yep.
That's very fair. But none of that has to do with anything to do today. You all know why you're here. You're here to listen to Reddit stories, the top 4 of TIFU in our weekly digest. So welcome in. Grab a drink, kick your feet up, or if you're cleaning your house. I've noticed that people listen to us while they're like cleaning, which is cool.
That is dope.
I actually really don't mind being background noise to people's like day, so that's really cool. So we appreciate you if that's what you're doing as well, or whatever you're doing throughout your day. We appreciate that as well. But y'all know how it goes. Top 4 stories, 4, 3, 2, 1. Always in on a bang. Sam, I believe I start this week.
Yep, I started last week. So you start, and then I round us out. So.
No polka music this week. Sorry, y'all.
We'll see.
Let's dive. I mean, this is true.
I'm just going to put polka music over the entire fucking episode. Just because I can. I'm not going to. But
Let us know in the comments if y'all want that.
Yeah. Do you want polka music the entire time?
You know what? Hey, no, I got it. 10 hours, just us still framed polka music.
I think that's the next trend on YouTube.
That's how we get big. Like that's gonna be the one thing that's like boom to the roof. Let's continue. Number 4 for this week, TIFU Digest. Let's dive in. Today I fucked up and got a final written warning. Okay. So a month ago, a friend at work told me a story about how someone had called her a "see you next Tuesday." Oh, a cunt. I liked the phrase and just started saying it all the time. I use it like you would use "bye Felicia." Okay, I'm gonna pause for a second. That word, in my opinion, a lot of people give it a lot more negative context than it needs. It's kind of like calling someone a bitch, you know?
Like cunt.
Yeah, it's gender neutral. It works. Back in the day, it used to be like the end game, like the gavel down fucking, swear word, but
that was, yeah. Although, like, Aussies, though, they use it every other word.
I was gonna say, I started hanging out with Australians.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like every sentence. Anyways, back to the story. I actually thought I was telling people that I would see them later, or like they were being annoying and wanted them to go away. A couple of weeks of saying that phrase later, I was told by my boss that I had said something very vulgar and that I would be getting a write-up soon when an HR member was available. I was astonished. I am very southern and sometimes I just let things slip casually. This week, I learned that "see you next Tuesday" was actually code for calling someone a cunt. A word I never use. It's very disrespectful. Skip to today, and I'm sitting in the meeting with my boss in HR. I find out that I said this vulgar word in the same conversation that my employee also got wrote up for calling someone a fragile bitch. They explained to me how we cannot have this kind of language in the warehouse and that in the conversation words can be chosen poorly, and this was just a bad decision to use the word. I agreed that yes, whatever I said must have been bad. The entire time I just cannot remember what I would have said that would garnish a final warning. But I agreed to sign the paper and understood that if I had said something vulgar, then yeah, I should be written up. In the conversation surrounding this write-up, they would not repeat what I had said because it was such a derogatory word to women and was against our policy to use in the warehouse. On the drive home from work, I realized that I had called my young female employee a "see you next Tuesday." And someone thought I had called her a cunt, so they reported me. That made me also realize that I have been saying delicate swan. I text my friend and asked her what delicate swan meant. She said that was code for fragile bitch. All I could say was shit. TLDR, I called my employees a cunt thinking it was the same as see you later. I got wrote up a couple weeks later for calling them a cunt.
That immediately reminds me, in elementary school, I was, while I'm telling the story, I'm going to hot swap my battery. I think I was in second grade, and in second grade, like that's when you're really starting to like learn the bad ones, right? And you're just learning a bunch of different things. And so we learned what the middle finger was. And that middle finger was something we did privately, but we were trying to, beat the system and be creative. And so we're just messing around, and one day we're like fake flipping each other off. And so, we'd do like silly things, like this, for example, like, just for that. And then I was like, guys, the thumb's basically out the way and it doesn't mean the same thing. So then my dumbass walks straight up to the second grade fucking teacher and fucking puts it right in her face, just like fucking this. And she was like, "Office now." I start crying because I'm in second grade and I don't know what happened. And I get sent to the office. They call my parents. I get sent home. My dad laughs his ass off and teaches me what it meant. And so, yeah, I didn't get in like super big trouble since I was crying so fucking hard. But yeah, I feel OP here. I'm in the same boat. Just I wasn't at work, thankfully.
anytime I hear a story about someone saying or doing something vulgar, I always liken it back to middle school days for us when we had a gym teacher who got fired for saying the word fuck to a student. We were in middle school, mind you.
Yep.
And this man had the audacity to stand in front of the entire class and go, I didn't say fuck, I said buck. I said a buck.
Well, and the weird thing too is, if I remember correctly, that was during like his speech that he was allowed to make, saying that he was leaving because he got fired over this.
Yes.
And so we're all just like, we don't know what the fuck's going on. They're just gathering us in the gym, and like they fucking just, it's like, I don't know, 40 of us there maybe. And then the two gym teachers, there's Mr. I'm not going to, yeah, fuck it, Mr. White and Mr. Thompson.
Yeah.
Mr. Thompson is the one in
because I had White, you had Thompson.
Yeah, I had White at one point, 1 year. I think it was
this particular year.
Yeah.
This particular year, I had White, you had Thompson.
Yeah, and so, yeah, he's just like kind of crying because he's leaving. We shouldn't be laughing about this probably, but it was so. I mean, man lost his job.
Was a pervert, dude.
Yeah, he was kind of a pervert.
Hold on
too.
a second.
Yeah,
let's paint the picture here for a second.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
this motherfucker was the same dude who would roll up in them fucking 50s gym shorts with his nuts halfway hanging out.
Yeah,
and he had the audacity to walk up into the ladies' locker room. We were in middle school. And he walked into the ladies' locker room while they were changing. Fuck him. What do you mean?
No, never mind. Fuck him. Yeah, I retract my statement.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. So yeah, he was basically crying about it, and then left. Yep.
He never thought he'd get caught. Like, that motherfucker cussed us out every single day. It just somebody had the balls to go to the principal and be like, yeah, he said fuck. Like,
yep.
Anyways, back to our story here. I will say this. I have found, especially in my days of content creation and being able to not only interact with, but associate with folks around the world who I've, grown to know and talk with often, the word cunt is only offensive here.
Yeah. It's also in the delivery too. Like how you call somebody a cunt.
but hang on a second. Let's just say you're in a typical conversation and be like, you funny cunt. Still has that, that feel to it, right?
It has a dagger on it.
But like we were saying earlier, shout out. So one of our viewers, longtime friend, Sasha, love you. She's Australian. And that woman will just cunt rolls off the tongue, and we're just to us, we're like, oh shit. To her, she's like, what the fuck, huh? Like, it's normal conversation for her. So I noticed that connotation between cultural differences is very interesting to see. Yeah. Of how here it's like very, very like strong, reprimandable, statement, whereas in another country it's like fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. To me, when I hear that word, I giggle now because I'm just like, that's a funny word. Yeah. Like, I don't see it as offensive.
Yeah. It definitely was very taboo for us for a bit.
Oh yeah.
And then once we got a little bit more worldly, we I wouldn't say started using it in day-to-day conversation, of course, but no. It's just a word. All words are technically just words, but like
absolutely
some of the really bad ones maybe you shouldn't say, but this one's not necessarily as bad.
Yeah, to that point, it's like for a long time, like you said, for a long time we saw it as like a very taboo term where, again, like if you're in an argument, that's the last one in the chamber, dog. Like that's the one that's gonna hurt. Like, but now it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Especially, and again, as we said in many other episodes, I'm going to very much, go ahead and repeat this statement, not to get political by any means or any kind of political spectrum, but like in today's society where there's a lot of words that do like come with a very strong, reprimandable, term behind it or understanding behind it. Like, I don't see this being one of those. Like, this is just a word. It's a gender neutral term that doesn't need to be taken any further.
Yeah. But maybe, I know you, OP didn't know this is definitely a fuck up, but don't use the word. Yeah. Don't use it. Although warehouses, I'm sure get very creative with their cussery, we'll say. But Yeah, you don't say that one at work.
Yeah, and also I'm definitely gonna start using you delicate swan.
Yeah.
It's much like it's kind of like when you hear a southern woman say "bless your heart" because they're
Mhm.
definitely saying "fuck you."
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no, you fucked up. You
Yep.
fucked
Definitely
up.
fucked up. Read a couple comments here. The first one says, "Never sign an admission of guilt when you don't know what you've been accused of." That's big facts. Yeah. The fact
True.
OP did this is no mistake, but it's like they don't have to say it. They can like spell part of it and censor part of it, you know, if they really wanted to. Like
C
star
U
and T.
N star.
Yeah. But when they're doing, I'm just imagining this when they're writing it CUN, and then when they're doing the star, they start with a T and then do the star.
Oh my god. I mean, hey, look, HR got to get creative, I guess.
Yep.
But no, I completely agree. Do not ever sign an admission of guilt unless you know what the fuck you're being accused of.
Yep.
Like that's a fast track for them to be able to. It's like I know not all companies are shitty, but there are some companies out there that be like, yeah, no, so you're being written up for this. You sign that document, you have no idea what you're being accused of, and suddenly like, oh yeah, and you're fired. What? You know,
Yeah.
like
That reminds me too. My last job, there was a guy that he was honestly like sexually harassing other employees. Um, I was selected as a random witness to have a call with HR, and they had to verbatim read me the things that he was accused of saying. And so I didn't know this was happening the day I went into work. Like they didn't prepare me. They were just like, my boss called me in the back and he was like, "Hey, you're not in trouble. This is what's happening. You need to be an impartial witness." And I was like, "All right, I'm totally down for that. Sure." And then this woman on the phone is having a verbatim read me the things that this dude was saying. And it was some fucked up shit. But it took everything in me to also stay collected the first time I heard her, because she didn't say that, you know, she was about to say some vulgar ass shit. She was like, "Did you hear him say this?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" And yeah, so it was, HR sometimes doesn't get creative and they're just very blatant and to the point.
good
Dude got
god,
fired. He gone. So big dub. But yeah,
what the fuck?
yeah.
A little heads up would be nice.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I'll tell you after the things I was. I'm not gonna say it
Yeah.
on this show because it was bad.
Yeah.
It was really bad. It was worse than this for sure. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
because this one there was no like meaning behind it. Like, you know, there wasn't any negativeness behind it. You know, it's just a
yeah,
simple. I don't want to say grammar mistake, but English mistake. The
that's
one
fair.
at my job was no. It was absolutely some shit. So yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. Next comment. Is your name Michael and do you work at a failing paper company in Scranton?
you should watch that show.
Look, we've had this conversation. Okay, next story. Let's move on. I'm not staying here. We've had this conversation. Moving on.
Moving on.
All right, number 3, buddy.
Number 3 for the week. Today I fucked up, shat myself, and sharded my period. Or sorry, and started. That one's on me. That one's on me. I saw shat. Anyway, today I fucked up, shat myself, and started my period during sex with my friends with benefits. Need a moment to collect ourselves. I
You
wish
said
it
it
was.
so confidently too.
I swear it said sharded, dude. But,
Oh my god, I'm fucking crying. Oh god, continue, please.
yeah. So here's the story, y'all. I, 18 female, am in my first semester of college. This guy, 18 male, is super nonchalant, and we are only friends with benefits, so I don't know him that well. We basically just text, and we when we need something, text when we need something. And tonight he texted me. He texted me at 2:30 saying he couldn't sleep. At that point in the night, I had already taken my nightly pills, and today's birth control pill happened to be a placebo. Normally, when I take the placebo, my period doesn't start for a couple days, so when he texted, I didn't think anything of it. Anyway, so we go out and park, and we start fucking in my car. There really needs to be a space there. I thought you said fuck in my car
Start
for a
fucking my
second.
car.
And he puts my legs over my head, and I feel gurgly and weird. I had been having stomach problems all day from the shitty cafeteria food, and I should have taken a shit before we left because I could just tell something was leaking out, but I didn't want to believe it. This is not a real story. So we keep fucking. It's dark. We can't tell, whatever. Then the smell. And I'm thinking, oh shit, I totally just shat myself. And so he stops and looks down confused, and I grab his dick, and there's literally shit all over. Oh my God, I've never been more mortified in my life. I grab a towel and open the doors and start to clean everything up, both of us silent in horror of what just happened. I'm so embarrassed because I feel like I'm totally reaching. And I'm just like, yeah, that is definitely the last time we are doing that. Like, there's no way he is going to want to fuck me again. Anyway, so we clean up and get dressed, and I turn the car on, which turns the lights on, and he looks in his boxers and he's like, I think you started your period. You're joking, a double whammy. So at this point, I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to be single forever. And so I start driving absolutely horrified. And he says, hey, look at the bright side. At least you didn't shit yourself. What? He thinks it was all my period and no caca. I really hope when I dropped him off and he cleans up that he continues to think that. He said in the car a couple he said in the car a couple of times, like, don't worry about it, it happens. But I just have this gut feeling that this arrangement is coming to a close, which sucks because I actually like him. But that story is for another day. So there you have it. Laying in bed, 4:30 in the morning, have an exam at 11, cramps killing, hate myself. TLDR, had sex in the car with my friends with benefits, and shat myself and started my period. He thinks I didn't shit myself and that it was all just period related mess. 2 days later, update. So far, I've only seen him just once in the cafeteria at school. He seemed normal towards me, but yeah, we haven't texted at all. He snapped me once, but that's all normal. So too. So I guess we will continue to wait and see. Update. Me and my friends noticed he turned off his snap location for only me and not anyone else in the friend group. Guys, it's not looking good. This can't be real. That's so fucking funny, though. I hope that dude showered after.
I I'm in bewilderment right now. I am trying to process what all we just read.
I mean, you can't get around the smell, right? Because he's gonna be like, I didn't fart.
Well, first of all,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to get vulgar, but we're all adults here. Hopefully, you are at home too. If you're not, this is a great time to turn this off.
Yeah.
We all know what the PB smells like. Smells like pennies, copper. It don't smell like shit.
Nope. It does not smell like shit. Shit smells
You
like shit.
you sweet summer child for thinking that period smelled like shit. You know it. Okay, hold on. Imagine he thinks for the rest of his life that period blood smells like shit.
I'm just waiting. I'd like to be a fly on the wall when it gets that light bulb moment of, wait a second.
She shit on me.
Or at the very least, like, she farted or something. But, like, you know, it's.
Man. I'll be 33 in just over a month, and I can say in my long adult life, not once have I ever had that happen to me.
Yeah, same. And that's. God, that's nuts. He knows.
Oh, yeah. He knows. Especially for the fact that, okay, their name in Reddit is Early Bathroom.
That's gotta be a throwaway.
Okay. Early Bathroom. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. it's over. Like,
Yeah.
because like, especially if he's already showing the signs of like stopping his location for just you, he probably knows you shit on him. Like, most guys will work past, and I say most, not all. Most guys would work past the period because it's a normal bodily function.
Yeah.
Like, hell, if you're in the middle of doing the deed, unless she says stop, like, it may be helping her. I know I've heard multiple times from other women who like, hey, it helps with the cramps. Like,
Yeah.
that I don't see where that's going to gross you out unless, it's blood.
Yeah.
It could
Blood
happen.
grosses some people out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like,
also,
let's be real.
They're
Here.
18, like.
Correct. But shit.
Yeah.
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 Why am I getting the scene from Zack and Miri Make a Porno where he's filming underneath and dude's like getting her from behind, and then when he like suddenly pulls out because he's shocked, she just shits all over the camera.
Have I seen that movie?
Have you not seen Zack and Miri Make a Porno? This is a fucking classic.
I might have. My memory. So like,
this is fair.
It's not like, I know the movie name, of course, but I don't. Yeah. I can't recall it.
Man.
Anyway, but
yeah, no, you don't have a friends with benefits anymore.
No. If you guys were like maybe already in a very, very committed relationship, then y'all can laugh about it later. But yeah. If he's just an FWB, yeah, he got it. Yeah.
I have to say something funny now because it's true. And I said this in a VC call in our Discord, link in the description. Join us.
Hey, segue.
We were just, we have an NSFW channel specifically for people who want to feel comfortable. It's a great place for you to just be unhinged and fucking whatever.
Yeah.
We were talking about, oral. And I said, somebody said, like, what would you do if you're down there, eating her out and suddenly take one on the chin? I said in response, I'm going to stop, put my finger over and go, shh, hush, little fella, you're next.
Let's read some comments, please. That's actually unhinged.
All right, first
that's a great ad for our Discord too.
Hey, there's a reason we have that VC, and then we have the other VCs for.
We're about to see membership start tumbling.
Yeah.
A
lot of people are like, "Fuck this." Yeah. First comment here. Yeah, I don't think he'd end things over this, but you might want to address the feelings for him sooner than later, or else it'll hurt worse the longer this goes for. No. If you're at this point where he's already actively distancing himself, I wouldn't even try.
Yeah. Well, and that was also probably before the update and the edit, too.
True.
But yeah. Anyway.
I'm actually going to look. Oh, yeah. So OP actually responded to a few of these.
Oh, nice. The next comment is just, what a terrible day to have eyes.
What was it? That's on the same page as the one that we read. It was like, what a terrible day to be literate.
Yeah.
Next one says, didn't he smell the caca? I'm kind of thinking that maybe he knew, but he didn't want you to be embarrassed. Again, like, it could be that they're young consenting adults getting after it, and he's just not in the know of smells and sights. It's also dark, so he probably didn't see it.
Yeah, well, and that's kind of the premise of it is, he supposedly thought it was just period blood. But
do I want to say the thought that just came to mind?
How much shit was it? It's worse than that.
I want. This makes you wonder because she said her stomach was all gurgly.
It's not solid.
If she just chocolate fountained him,
and that would play to at least the viscosity, right? And I hate that I'm using the term of that for fucking blood shit. But That at least plays to that, to where that's where he maybe could have absolutely.
We gotta move on, dude. We can't do this.
No, I'm getting my fucking lab coat out, dude. We're calculating viscosity. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
But yeah, let's move on. You fucked up. Yeah, you fucked up.
Yeah, you fucked up. You fucked up bad.
This, if anything, this is an advertisement for fucking Pepto-Bismol.
And carpet cleaners.
And full car detailing, apparently.
Oh, you know what? Moving on.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video so far. While you're here, click the subscribe button to become a Lousy listener. And also click that join button. For $2.99, you can have access to exclusive emotes and also get some cool features like interacting with Joe and I. Also, click the link in the description to join our Discord. Back to the video.
Yeah.
My turn. Yes, my turn.
Your turn. Yep.
All right, number 2. Oh. I hate it. I hate it.
Why couldn't you say the next one or something like that?
All right, here we go. Today I fucked up by telling my students that I like to flip it over and hit it from the back.
Hey.
This must be the professor of both those students. For context, most of my I don't want to read this anymore because this sounds really bad and I don't like the first line. For context, most of my students are seniors in high school.
I doubt it's anything.
Please don't be bad. Please don't be. Trigger warning just in case. Please don't be bad.
We're
working on a.
I was just gonna say, I skipped ahead and read the first comment, and I think we're good. So keep going.
Okay. We're working on a project that involves CNC milling out words, and then laser engraving and laser cutting acrylic letters that are press fitted into the wood. That's cool. The acrylic pieces are the exact same size as the carved out letters, so you need some pressure to get them in. We use a rubber mallet to hit the letters, but if students aren't careful, they can crack the acrylic. When I make personal projects like this, I push the letters in enough for them to be stuck. Then I flip the board over with the letters face down on the table, and then use the mallet to hit the back of the board. This causes the acrylic letters to be pushed against the table and into their carved out spots in the board. Well, while busy taking care of 1,000 things around the lab at once, I quickly told some students who were mid-process on pressing their letters in that I like to flip it over and hit it from the back. I quickly realized what I said and walked into another part of the lab, hoping that no one heard it that way. Then I glanced over to the students and they were laughing pretty hard. I walked back over and said, "Yep, I heard it too. They're good kids and knew it was an honest mistake. But yeah. TLDR, I told my students I like to flip it over and hit it from the back when describing a helpful tip on pressing acrylic inlays into CNC'd wood. This is kind of a definition of NSFW." Now, that became very wholesome.
That's a very wholesome thing, yeah. Oh. W
God.
teacher, though.
My anxiety was through the roof.
Yeah.
That, I just need you to know. Like,
I know Reddit's bad. I don't think it'd be that bad, but
this is fair. This is fair.
That's 4chan. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
W teacher.
Man. Yeah, W teacher. And the first comment was, "You're now way up the list of favorite teachers." So it's
I love their response. 23 years of blood, sweat, and tears. I'll take this as my legacy. Solid. I remember. Do you remember the teacher we had? I don't know if you ever had him. Oh God, what was his name? Mr. Hill, I think it was. He was the auto tech teacher.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, bro. He let kids dip and smoke. Like, he didn't give a shit. But he was just like, if somebody walks in and catches you, I'm yelling at you. I didn't have anything to do with this.
Yep.
And so just be smart about it. Maybe don't smoke. You can do it. But like, yeah, he cussed. He didn't give a shit. But he was real though. Like, he gave you honest life lessons. And then of course it was auto shop, so we learned a lot of really cool things in there. But he was such a cool dude. I doubt he's still teaching. He's probably still teaching. He might be. I don't know.
Possibly.
He wasn't that old. Like, he was older, but he wasn't like ancient by any means.
I mean,
he was
in
probably
terms
in
of
40s, 50s at the time.
Yeah, I'd say in terms of when we were in high school, I think he was in his early 40s.
Yeah. So maybe he's hitting around retirement right now, but
Yeah.
or somebody said, hey, he's gonna let kids dip in their in his class, and then he probably but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, my two favorite teachers of all time, him and Mr. Swift. Mr. Swift was a culinary arts teacher.
Yeah.
When you got past intro to culinary and you were in culinary 1 and 2, because fun little fact about myself, I almost went to culinary school for college.
Yep.
Like I actually was trying to go to Johnston Wales University or even CIA. I was actually looking at both. But I remember in culinary 2 was like culinary 1. Well, intro to culinary, you got professional Swift. Culinary 1, he was a little loose. Culinary 2, he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He was just like, look, y'all know how to fucking cook. You go back there and have fun. Here's a lesson plan. I got shit to do. Like,
Yeah.
but he was like, both of them were so cool because they were like, here's actual like life shit you need to remember when you leave these fucking buildings. And
Yep.
I'll like, even to this day, like he and I are friends on Facebook. Me and Mr. Swift are friends on Facebook. And every once in a while, I get a message like, hey, you doing all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything
That's
okay? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Like, so good teachers like this, hard to come by, I feel like.
Yep.
But
I feel like
W
it's almost
teacher.
always like a trade class too. It's very
Yeah.
rarely a STEM class. It's like there are some, don't get me wrong, but it's the real life people are the ones that teach a trade typically. So
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, you fucked up,
Yep.
but this was a good fuck up.
Yeah.
You didn't shit on anybody. Moving on.
You didn't read a comment. You should read the second
Oh, I didn't.
comment.
I didn't actually. Yeah. Next comment. I once told my students that I could handle a. Okay. I once told my students that I could handle a penis in the context of graffiti in textbooks. There were often little scribbled willies, classic, but I was ranting about Nazi signs and racist comments being used as graffiti and telling off an entire class. I said I could handle a little penis, but the racist stuff will not stand for. Took me a second, and there was a lot of laughter.
I wish they had actually said handle a little penis. You added the word little.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I can handle
Yeah.
a penis. Okay.
Yeah.
I can. I mean, hey, look. Same context.
Yeah.
This was a good one. This was a good one.
one.
Still a
Yeah.
fuck up.
Oh yeah,
But a good
100%.
one.
Yep. But that is not the most biggest fuck up of this week, both in length of article and for the number of votes. So RIP my vocal cords.
I just clicked into it and just saw the window go.
Yeah, this one is a big one. It's also an SFW. I think this one is actually an SFW and not wholesome. We'll find out. Number one for the week. Today I fucked up what my girlfriend said was her sexual fantasy. My girlfriend shared a role play fantasy with me during the early stages of our relationship. By her own admission, she never expected our relationship to grow into something serious, so the purpose of her sharing this specific fantasy on one of our dates didn't feel like anything she wanted the two of us to actually do. It was a trivial topic between two people who didn't see a long-term future with each other and therefore felt comfortable discussing our absurd fantasies. This is how my girlfriend explained her fantasies to me. Explained her fantasy to me, excuse me. She catches her supposedly straight boyfriend fucking a male sex doll, which turns her on and prompts her to encourage him to continue fucking the doll. It's hard to get it. It'd be hard to do with a straight face. While she watches.
We are getting so demonetized.
While she watches and masturbates. No idea how I reacted at the time, but I always remembered my girlfriend struggling to balance her embarrassment with her enthusiasm, which was wholesome as fuck and made me like her even more. I liked her so much that I wanted to keep seeing her, and thankfully the feeling was mutual. We eventually became girlfriend and boyfriend, and life continued. My girlfriend never referenced the gay sex doll fantasy again, even when we experimented with a variety of other role-play fantasies in the bedroom. I never forgot, and I figured it would be kind of cool to celebrate our 1-year anniversary by exploring the fantasy my girlfriend shared with me when I was nothing more to her than a guy she just wanted to have fun with in her free time. I decided to keep it as a surprise and let my girlfriend believe that our anniversary dinner was as special as things were going to get that night. But little did she know that I secretly made all the necessary arrangements to bring her homoerotic fantasy to life. The plan was simple. Go out for dinner, come home, cuddle on the couch. However, mid-cuddle, I would go to the bathroom. But that would be an act because I would not be going to the bathroom at all. I would instead beeline for the bedroom where I would get undressed and proceed to get things going with my male sex doll, which I ordered online weeks ago and managed to keep hidden until that moment. The idea being that my girlfriend would begin to wonder where the fuck I was and then eventually find me balls deep inside the rubber butt of a lifelike sex toy. I was hoping that by the time my girlfriend opened the bedroom door, I would have managed to get it up, get it in, and somehow make it look like I'm not just fucking an inanimate object, but the object of my deepest desire. Needless to say, I had to be hard to fuck the doll, which proved to be hard to do because, you know, it was a fucking doll with a dick. Not exactly my type. I never even heard my girlfriend approach my bedroom because I was too focused on forcing my penis to cooperate. As soon as the bedroom door swung open, my girlfriend and I saw each other and both of us fucking froze. My girlfriend covered her mouth with her hand and asked if I was going to explain what the fuck was happening. I jokingly said she always wanted to be with a guy who was into fucking twink sex dolls up the ass. My girlfriend laughed and said she had no idea what I was talking about, but she was keen to know more. I reminded her of the moment at the beginning of our relationship when she revealed that she fantasized about a roleplay situation where she catches her boyfriend fucking a male sex doll and then ends up enjoying the show. My girlfriend gradually stopped laughing and said she most definitely would have remembered something as specific as that, and yet she struggled to remember anything like that ever being discussed between the two of us or anyone else. I said I remembered, though, hence the fuckable mannequin I was failing to fuck. My girlfriend stopped saying she didn't remember what I was talking about, and low-key switched to disagreeing with me that she ever shared a fantasy like that with anyone because she refused to believe it was something she would think of, let alone enjoy. I made it clear to her that I would never have purchased a male sex doll, much less go as far as to fuck the thing, if it wasn't for the fact that I remembered her talking about how hot that was for her. My girlfriend asked if one of us was gaslighting the other, or if maybe one of us, aka me, was feeling somewhat ashamed about what was going on in the room before she walked in. I said I was feeling frustrated that she was refusing to even entertain the idea that she might have had this fantasy and communicated it with me. My girlfriend said maybe I was confusing her with an ex-girlfriend who enjoyed watching straight guys doing gay stuff. I decided to shut up and get dressed because I didn't understand what was going on anymore. My girlfriend inspected the sex doll while continuing to question me about this so-called fantasy of hers that she was convinced was in fact my fantasy. She wondered if it was just her that thought the sex doll kind of looked like my best friend. I kissed her and said happy anniversary before I reiterated that this was all for her. My girlfriend asked if that meant she could use the sex doll too. I said since both my dick and my chick, I never actually said chick, are not into me using the doll, then I would have no use for it, so consider it an anniversary gift. My girlfriend thanked me and said she appreciated how vulnerable I was willing to be in front of her, regardless of whose fantasy it was. It's been a month since the night of our anniversary, and one thing has become apparent to me. My girlfriend loves the sex doll. In fact, she's been fucking it more than she fucks me, but she denies it, which seems to be something she does a lot when it comes to the sex doll. I wish I could go back in time and tell past me to avoid buying a sex doll and save the money for a PS5 or some shit. TLDR, bought a male sex doll, which I plan to have sex with in front of my girlfriend, who once said she had a fantasy of watching her boyfriend fuck a male sex doll. Realized I fucked up when A, I struggled to get hard, B, my girlfriend denied ever having such a fantasy, thus making me look low-key gay, and C, my girlfriend now enjoys fucking the sex doll more than she fucks me, which she denies too. Yikes.
That's the show. We'll see y'all next week. Holy shit.
So I'm the only one that got the impression she wants to have sex with the best friend. Based off of that. Especially if she's fucking that thing way more. That's not going to end well. Nope.
You know what? This may not be a fuck up in the long term.
No.
This may just prove things that slightly already are apparent. And good on you for having the stones to try it.
Yeah.
But
I might have run it by her first.
Yeah. I would have just like casually brought up like, hey, is there any other fantasies you're thinking of? You remember that one that you said when we first started dating? and see what she says.
Yeah.
Because that could have saved you money and embarrassment and arm strength, because I'm sure you were trying to fucking whack that willy to get it up and it just was not cooperating.
Yep.
Like,
and potentially the relationship. I mean,
yeah.
it all. We'll see where it goes from there. I guess,
that's rough that it boiled down to the point where she's now fucking the doll more than him.
Yeah. Like, at least invite him. Like, you know, but.
Yeah. Like have some fun.
Yeah. You can still
buy him one.
Yep.
Reciprocate it and buy him one too. Shit.
Yeah.
Y'all tandem fuck them things together. Whatever you want to do. I don't high five in the middle of it. I'm whatever floats your fucking boat. Like, yeah. But yeah, you definitely should have run this by her first. Like, it would have saved you a lot of. Oh no! Scroll down into the comments and look at the first GIF.
America.
First fucking comment. Anyone going to talk about how she said she thought it looked like his best friend and now she wants to fuck it all the time? Oh, he responded.
Oh wow, yeah. It didn't go over my head. I just didn't take the bait. I knew the best friend comment was an attempt to make me feel even more awkward about trying to fuck a doll with a dick. That doll looks nothing like my best friend. If it did, then my best friend should audition for a role in Team America. Hence the Team America.
Oh my God, dude. That.
There's a whole therapy conversation here.
Yeah, this goes deeper. Like the one video that, dude, what are you even doing being in a relationship with someone like this? They respond, this might come as a surprise based on my post. But excluding recent events, my girlfriend made me happy. I detected no relationship ending red flags until now. I'm not sure what to call what's been happening to us since the sex doll situation, but she's beginning to show me a side to her that I didn't even know existed. My friend planted a seed in my head when I shared this story with him. He believes my girlfriend wants to break up with me for whatever reason, and the sex doll unexpectedly became a possible exit strategy. Hence the gaslighting and the sex doll fucking.
That seems like a stretch. At least to that level of it, you know?
Well, the next one down says, she denies telling you about the fantasy, makes you feel awkward when you try to do something special for your anniversary, tells you the doll looks like your best friend, and on top of it all, she fucks it more than she does you. Something is off about it here, and I think you need to have a serious talk with your girlfriend before the seed of your friends is planted into your head, grows into doubts and resentfulness, and in the end, destroying the relationship from the inside. 100%.
Actually, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a huge point there. That's a whole therapy thread right there. Yeah. Damn.
Oh man. The next just normal comment down is long con completed. She got you to buy her a sex doll. It's a really long con.
You know what? Here's what you do. Just throw it out when she's not around. See if she treats it like all these ladies with their rose toys. Have you seen the one where it's like the chick actually like put the dude was allergic to cucumber?
To kill him. Yeah.
Tried to kill him. Yeah. Oh, because she thought that he threw out the rose toy and he's like, I didn't touch it. It could be like that. People be crazy.
A really good fucking toy, apparently.
We ain't got nothing like that. Anyways, moving on. All right, that's it. We're out of here.
Yep.
This has been a lot. It's a very good week for your team.
Very funny week.
Yep.
Oh god.
Hope you all enjoyed. As always, comment down below your thoughts on these. Use timestamps. We greatly appreciate when you do so we can refer back to what you're talking about. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, so YouTube will show us some more eyeballs. And yeah, we'll see you on Saturday.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.